Hi friends, this is Manish Pandey. Welcome back to UiPath Forms tutorial series. In this video, we will cover an essential topic, validations in UiPath Forms. Validations ensure that the data entered in the forms is accurate, consistent, and adheres to the required standards. Let's dive in and see how validation work in UiPath Forms. So, let's get started. First, let's understand what are validations in UiPath Forms. Validations are rules applied to forms filled to ensure correct and expected user input. It helps improve data accuracy, prevent errors, and ensure workflow reliability. We will implement employee details form with validations rules. We have employee ID, employee name, address, and some other fields here, where we have taken number component, text field, text area, password component, the select boxes, checkbox, drop down list, radio button. These are the components field we have used in the form. Now I will show you how to apply validation to these fields. By the end of this video, you will understand how to apply validations in the components to these fields and how this validation works. So first I will go to the employee ID as this is number field. So we'll apply the validation to the employee ID. So let's click on this edit. Now to apply validations, we will click on validation tab. There is option here validate on. So there are two options in the drop down, change and blur. This specifies when validation is triggered. So we'll select change. So this will be validated on change. Now we have option required. Required field ensures that the field cannot be left empty. And one star asterisk symbol will be added here against that field. Let's check this. And now you can see it shows that this is required field. You have to enter that before submitting that form. Otherwise, you will get an validation warning message, the error. We have minimum value, maximum value. So here we are using number components. So we have to enter the minimum value. It's not required, but you can enter the minimum value. So let's say employee ID. So I want to set here the rule, the validation that minimum value should be 1 at least. It should not be 0 or less than that. So minimum value should be 1 and then maximum value. So I want employee ID only till 10,000. If it is greater than that, then there should be an error. Now there is error label. Here you can enter the label for the errors. Here you can enter the custom error message that you want to show to users. And here in the custom errors, you can write the custom errors based on this. You can see required, which field is required, you can mention that field, and then you can type your custom error message. We have following keys to use: required, mean, max, mean length, max length. These things you can use to write your custom error messages. So we will have one minimum 1 and 10,000 maximum value for employee ID. Let's save it. Now, so this employee ID is required. Now go to employee name. Let's click on that. So as this is the text field, we will have a different validations. Validate on change. Let's not set it as a required. Leave this. We have minimum length and maximum length. This minimum length means it ensures the input meets the minimum character count. So I want users to enter minimum 3 characters. It means employee name should be at least 3 characters. And then maximum length, I want employee to enter maximum 100 length. It means 100 characters. Minimum word length and maximum word length. So I want users to enter at least minimum one word. It means at least first name you need to enter in the employee name. So you can mention here maximum word length. So it can be 3 word, let's say first name, middle name, last name. Based on the some region, based on some country, you will have seen that users they include their father's name as well. So here if you want you can take maximum word length is 6. You can define here. Next we have regular expression pattern. It allows you to apply custom validations rule using regex. So let's say if you don't have a component for email, then you can write a regular expression for email and then you will able to validate your inputs based on that regular expression. You can also put some other regular expression to meet that input requirements. Now same we have in error level custom error message. You can do that. Let's save it. Now same thing will go for address if you want to set. So same thing you can apply here. Now we'll go to the password. For password, go to validations. We will select change. So it will be validated on change. Now this is a password also required I can set. Now minimum length and maximum length. So I want users to enter password minimum 8 characters we can say and maximum 16 characters. So password should not be less than 8 and should not be greater than 16. You can also set the regular expression like it should be, one small letter, one capital letter, one special character should be there like that. So you can put those regular expression here, that pattern. Save it. We have departments. So there are checkboxes here. Go to validations. If you want to set the required field, you can set it here. We have allow only available values. If you select that, it will only allow the available values here. You want to set the error levels, custom error message, you can do that. Now minimum checked number and maximum checked number means here we have 4 checkboxes. So if you set 1, it means at least one checkbox should be selected here. Now maximum, so maximum if you set it 2, then out of 4, maximum 2 number can be checked, not more than that. So I will set 2 and minimum 1 checked numbers. Now we have a specific error messages for that minimum checked error and maximum checked errors. So you can write the specific word that you want to put. We will go with the default error messages that this form is going to show. Save. Now there are few components which comes with the validations, pre-built validations like email. Let's take this email here. So explicitly you can also add some minimum length and maximum length for the email, but we have pre-built validations added here. I will show you there. That means if you are passing invalid email, then you will get an error. Now there is a URL. Here also there is a pre-built validations added already. If you're passing invalid URL, then you will get a validations error. We have phone number, which allows you to only enter phone numbers. You cannot enter apart from the phone numbers. Now let's save it and let's validate this on runtime, because you cannot check this here itself. Let's say I'm going to put here something, so I cannot validate here. This can only be validated on change on runtime. So let's save this, go to main, select that form in the show form activity and run this file. Let's maximize this. Now you can see here there are three fields where we have set as a required: employee ID, password, department. Now I'm not going to pass anything here. I'm just going to click on submit. Now once we click on submit, we'll get an error. It says that please fix the following errors before submitting. Employee ID is required. You can see here. Password is required. Department, you must select at least one items. It means these are the required fields. You need to enter something. Now, in employee ID, our minimum value was 1. If I am going to pass here 0, so the required field we have already covered that. Now I'm passing some value. Now I'm passing 0. So we have second validations. Employee ID cannot be less than 1. So I can put here 1. 1 is the employee ID. Now here I can enter employee name. Now there also we set some validations. If I'll just say A, then we'll get an error. Employee name must have at least 3 characters. So I will write here Manish Pandey. Here we can add the address. Now we have email. Now you can see here this email component has the pre-built validations. Let's try to put something here. So I'm just writing here UiPath RPA. And now you can see here it says that email must be a valid email. So for email component, we already have pre-built validations added. So one, you can set the validations rule there, and other which has already a pre-built validations. Now once I will add the valid email, this will disappear. Okay. Now we have password. This is also required. Let's enter anything. Now you can see password must have at least 8 characters. So let's put here 8 characters. Okay. Now phone number. So you cannot pass anything, any other than numbers. It says that phone number does not match the mask. It means we have to type something, some digits. Okay, good. So it has the pre-built validations. In the departments, so we need to at least select one item. I will select one. Now this error is gone because this is required. Now I will select one more. So, but this is not allowed because the maximum checkbox that we can select is 2. So these are disabled. Once I will uncheck this, now I can select other. Now again these two are disabled, right? Now URL. So I cannot type anything other than that. So I cannot type invalid URLs. URL must be a valid URL. So it should be like https colon slash slash www.uipathrpa.com. This is valid. Now for these we do not have any validations. So without selecting anything, I can click on submit and this form will be submitted. Data will be submitted. Let's click on submit. Yeah, it worked fine. Yeah, so that's how you can implement validations in UiPath Forms to ensure high quality user input. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more UiPath tutorials. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy automating.